Today we're sending Wemby back to the EuroLeague to see how many championships he can win. And in Wemby's first season back in the EuroLeague, he's gonna average 37 and 11 to win the MVP. And Wemby's team is already having trouble because whoever loses this game gets eliminated from the first round. 6 seconds to go on the shot clock. They're gonna take the layup over Wemby and Wemby gets the board. Now we have Nando DeColo finding Shaq Harrison for the layup and he's gonna miss. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Trent Forrest is gonna drive into the paint. He's gonna pass it and he steps out of bounds. And Wemby's gonna run the point guard on the pick and roll. He's not gonna pull the three, but he gets an easy layup and he gets fouled. So now he can give LDLC Asvel a 5-point lead here. His first free throw's good, and to put them up by 5, his second one's good. Less than a minute to go. Baskonia really need to score here. Wemby's almost gonna get the steal. I don't know whose ball that is, and Wemby's team's gonna get the ball back. So now they're gonna send the trap defense. Teo Maledon gets left open to Wemby for the layup. He misses, but he gets his own rebound. And now they're gonna go back to Wemby, another layup, and he puts them up 7 to ice the game. So in game 5 of the first round, Wemby and his team are gonna make it out. And Wemby dropped 40 to save them. He didn't even have a single assist. So after just barely making it out of the first round, Wemby and his team are gonna beat Panathinaikos in 4 games to move on to the semifinals. But now's where things get tough because the semifinal and the final are best of 1. And once again, Wemby and his team are in a win-or-go-home situation, and Jeffrey Laverne's gonna miss the free throw. If he can at least make his second one, that'll give them a 3-point lead, and he's gonna miss both. And Monaco has Mike James with the ball. He's one of the best players in the EuroLeague on this roster, but he's gonna miss the layup. And now we have Wemby in the post with the Mike James mismatch. They send the double, but Wemby makes the shot anyway. Mike James is gonna use the screen. Wemby picks up. I don't know what they're doing, but Papagiannis gets an open 3, and he can't hit it. Teo Maledon's gonna find Wemby in the paint, and now he gets a wide open dunk. Let's see if Mike James can cook for Monaco here. He's gonna ISO. He's gonna take the floater, and he's gonna brick it. And now we have Wemby on the break, kind of slowing down. They're gonna send the double. He finds Nando DeColo for the midi, and he knocks it down to put them up 8. And with that big of a lead, Wemby and his team are gonna move on to the EuroLeague final. And now in the final, they have to go up against Paris. And low-key, it looks like Paris has the better roster, but LDLC Asvel has Wemby. And after being down 11 at halftime, Wemby's team is gonna come back to win the EuroLeague final. And Wemby's gonna win the finals MVP after putting up 51 in a championship game. But Wemby doesn't want to just win one championship. He wants to see if he can break the EuroLeague record of 7 championships. And in his second season, Wemby's gonna win back-to-back EuroLeague MVPs. He's also gonna win back-to-back Defensive Player of the Years. And in the second round, they're having trouble with Monaco. They're down 2-1, and they're gonna tie the series up at 2. Wemby fouled out in 17 minutes, and they won because Isnis Brasdeikis had 33 points. And in game 5, they're gonna blow out Monaco to move on to the semifinal. And Wemby cooked, he dropped 48. So now in the semifinal, they have to go up against Žalgiris. And with 2 minutes to go in the semifinal, LDLC Asvel are down by 3. What just happened? Illegal screen by Smiley. So now Wemby and his team can close the gap here. Wemby with the fade, and he's gonna miss it. And now on the fast break, Žalgiris get a layup, and they make it a 5-point game. And now with a minute and a half to go, Wemby's gonna get an offensive 3-second violation. They're gonna need to stop here badly if they want a chance at winning this game, and Servidis knocks down the deep 3. And with Žalgiris going up 8, they're gonna win in the semifinal, even though they almost blew the lead. Wemby put up 38 and 10 just to lose. He didn't even make a single 3. And just like that, LDLC Asvel are eliminated. And in the EuroLeague final, it's gonna be Žalgiris winning. In season number 3, Wemby's up to a 99, and this roster looks way better. They have Biberovic now, they have Fournier, they got Brasdeikis last season, and they have Spagnuolo. Wemby's gonna win his 3rd MVP in a row and 3rd Defensive Player of the Year. But for the 2nd season in a row, his team's having trouble in the second round. And with 2 minutes to go, Wemby's team is down by 2. I don't like the fact that Wemby's not in the game. It makes me think he fouled out, but Biberovic is gonna pull the 3, and he's gonna miss it. And now on the break, Žalgiris get a layup, and they get fouled. Please just put Wemby in after this first free throw, and Wemby's not in, so they have to advance without him. He fouled out in 29 minutes. He had 38 points. And things aren't looking good here. Biberovic with 3 seconds left. They're gonna keep swinging it. They have to chug up a contested 3, and it's off. So now they desperately need a stop here. Francisco with the layup, and he knocks it down. That was a huge layup. Asvel is crumbling without Wemby. They take a layup of their own, and they make it. So they're still alive, especially if they can get a stop here. But they leave Wallace open for 3, and he can't hit it. Less than 30 seconds to go. We have Spagnuolo on the ISO. He can't get an open look. Oh no, they just got a turnover. Yeah, Žalgiris recovers the ball. They get a layup. and they go up by 6. Unless they can hit a big 3 here, they're gonna get eliminated. They can't knock it down, and they get eliminated in the second round. And in the finals, Žalgiris is gonna lose. But in Season 4, Wemby's gonna win his 4th MVP and Defensive Player of the Year in a row. And his team's gonna drop down to the 3 seed. They were just up 2-0 in the first round, but they're gonna make it past Berlin to make it out of the first round. But now in the second round, they have to go up against a 2 seed Baskonia team. And they were actually putting up a fight, but they're gonna lose in 4 games. So in the championship, we have 2 different teams, and Baskonia are gonna win a championship. So 4 seasons in, we've had a different team win a championship every season, but Wemby only has 1 championship out of the 8 he needs. Another season, another Wemby MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. And finally, his team's gonna make it out of the second round. But now in the semifinals, they have to go up against Baskonia, who won the championship last season. And this team just can't put it together. They haven't even been to the finals since their first season. So now in the finals, Baskonia are gonna repeat. Wemby just averaged 29 points, shooting 46% from 3. And for the first time in a while, his team is the 1 seed. They're gonna easily make their way to the semifinal. Now they just have to win 1 game here and 1 game in the final. And it looks like they're good in the semifinal. Wemby only had 21 and they still won. I actually like to see depth on this team. And now in the final, they're going up against Partizan. And they look pretty good. They have Dwayne Washington Jr. and Isaac Bonga, 2 former NBA players. And in the battle of the 1 seeds, LDLC Asvel are gonna have an amazing second half. And it took long enough, but they're finally gonna win their second championship. Oh my gosh, Spagnolo and Wemby had 28, and Biberovic put up 27 to help them win. But after winning championship number 2, Wemby and his team have a long way to go. Wemby just had a career year out of nowhere. He hasn't averaged this much since his first season back. And that's also 7 Defensive Player of the Years in a row. And after losing only 3 games in the regular season, they're gonna sweep their way to the semifinals. They have to go up against Baskonia. Hopefully they can win again. Oh my gosh, they are blowing them out at halftime. They're gonna easily make their way back to the final, but they are going up against a 3 seed, so hopefully they can win back-to-back championships here. And they didn't even put up a fight. They were down 22 at halftime, and they're gonna lose in the finals. And Wemby's still gonna win the finals MVP. And he's gonna add on to that by winning another regular season MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. For the second straight year, they're gonna sweep their way to the semifinals, but this time they have to go up against Monaco, who have Matthew Strazel. I think that's how you pronounce his name. But anyway, he's tied for the second best player in the league behind Wemby. Žalgiris and Baskonia also have top 2 players in the league. That's why they've been cooking. Wemby's team is up by 3 with 2 minutes to go, and now they're up by 5. Matthew Strazel's gonna find Tate wide open for 3, but he can't knock it down. They get the offensive rebound though, so now they get another chance here. He's gonna use the screen from Tice. He throws it down low to him, and Wemby's gonna get the steal. So now on the break, Wemby's gonna throw it to their power forward, and he gets fouled. He knocked down both free throws to put them up 7, so Monaco are on the ropes here, but they're gonna get a deep 3, and they knock it down to cut the lead to 4. If you made it this far into the video, 98% of people who watch me aren't subscribed, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you're not one of them. So it's still anyone's game here. Monaco's gonna send the full court press. Ignis Brasdeikis finds the power forward, and they go up 6. So now with 30 seconds to go, Matthew Strazel needs to do something here. He gets a layup. He's gonna miss it, but he gets his own rebound. They get an open 3, and they can't knock it down. So Wemby and his team are going back to the finals. And in their 3rd straight finals appearance, they're going up against the same team as last year. Let's see if they can actually win this time. And they just had one of the best second halves I've ever seen to win their second championship in 3 seasons. Jeez, Wemby dropped 51 and 10. He shot 78% and 75% from 3. I don't think anyone's taking these awards away from him. But the finals is up for grabs because Wemby and company are the 2 seed. They're somehow going to sweep their way to the semifinals, even though they played a 3 seed in the second round. But now in the semifinal, they have to go up against the second best player in the league. And they are very easily going to make their way to the finals. Wemby put up 45 and they almost won by 50. But now we have the same finals matchup for the 3rd season in a row. This is like the new Cavs versus Warriors. And Wemby's like the new LeBron because he's going to win his 4th EuroLeague championship. Also, the way they ended off the game was kind of crazy. But now Wemby's halfway to his goal of winning 8 championships. Wemby just won his 10th MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. And once again, his team is back in the semifinal. They're going to absolutely blow out Monaco. That second quarter was insane. And now in the final, they're going up against Partizan. They beat them in the finals a couple seasons ago. And with the 3-peat on the line, they're up 2 with 2 minutes to go. Oh my gosh, Spagnolo just stepped out of bounds. What is he doing? That is a crazy way to start things off. Now Partizan can tie the game up, and that's exactly what they do. Spagnolo's going to throw it down low to Wemby. In the post, he takes the hook, and he makes the hook. And now on defense, Wemby's going to get the steal. I thought he was lacking there, on the fast break. He's running slow, call it a slow break. Spagnuolo with the 3, the miss, and Wemby with the putback to put them up by 4. Wemby is carrying this team. He just wants to win his 8th championship already. They're going to force up a layup and they miss it. 40 seconds to go. They throw it to Wemby, to Green. He can't hold the ball. He throws it to Biberovic, to Wemby, the layup, the make. And now Partizan are on the ropes here. They're running out of time and they miss the jumper. So Wemby's going to three-peat and win his 5th EuroLeague championship. Jeez, he filled up the stat sheet that game. 11 MVPs and Defensive Player of the Years is crazy. Wemby and his team are the 2 seed this season, and in the second round, they're struggling. But in Game 5, they're going to blow out Monaco to move on to the semifinal. Jeez, Wemby dropped 40. And after three-peating, they're going to get taken down in the semifinal by Baskonia. Wow, they only lost this game because Wemby fouled out. So now in the final, Partizan are going to beat Baskonia. I want to see if anyone can take these awards away from Wemby before he gets to 8 rings. LDLC Asvel's the 1 seed again, and they're going to make their way back to the semifinals. And after losing in the semifinal last season, they're going to move on to the finals. And in the finals, they have to go up against Partizan again. Let's see if they can stop Partizan from winning back-to-back championships. And they can't stop them, so in Partizan's 3rd straight finals appearance, they're going to win their 2nd straight ring. At this point, Wemby's 32 years old, and he's running out of time to win his last 3 rings. MVP and Defensive Player of the Year number 13, and LDLC Asvel are down to the 3 seed. I don't know how the second round was easier for them than the first round, but they're going to move on to the semifinals. And of course, they have to go up against 1 seed Baskonia. And they're going to have an amazing 2nd and 3rd quarter to move them on to the finals. Wemby dropped 44, but now they have to stop Partizan from three-peating. And they're going to absolutely blow out Partizan, and Wemby's now a 6-time champion. And I know Wemby played the best, but shout out to this Brewer guy. He's gotten way better throughout the course of his career, and he averaged 23 in the playoffs. And Wemby just won MVP and Defensive Player of the Year number 14. His team is up to the 2 seed now, and they're going to make it back to the semifinal where they get a rematch against the 1 seed. Last season, they were able to upset them, and this season, we have the same outcome. Jeez, Wemby dropped 43, and he filled up the stat sheet. So now in the finals, they have to... Bro, Partizan is so good. They've been in 1, 2, 3, 4, and now this is their 5th straight finals appearance. And they also made it as the 5 seed. But because they were a 5 seed, Wemby's team is going to win by 53 points. And Wemby's going to tie the record, winning his 7th EuroLeague championship. So now all Wemby has to do is win 1 more championship to break the record. 15 straight MVPs and Defensive Player of the Years is crazy. But even with that being the case, they're 1 game away from being eliminated in the 2nd round. But in Game 4, they're having an amazing 4th quarter so far. And down 1, they have 2 minutes to make a comeback here. They're going to find Wemby, and he gives them the lead. Jameson's going to use the screen. He gets an easy layup, but it's blocked. I thought that was a free layup there, but I guess not. And now they're going to chuck up a terrible layup, but they get a putback dunk. Brewer on the drive. The center's going to send the help, but he gets a nice reverse for the lead. Now we have Nance getting clamped up by Spagnuolo. 4 seconds left. He finds Simmons for the dunk, and Berlin take the lead again. 1 minute to go. We have Wemby running point. Now he's going to get into the paint, and he gets fouled on the layup. So now he can retake the lead for his team here. His first free throw's good, and to put them up by 1, his second free throw's good. Now we have Nance using the screen. He's going to pull the deep 3, and he can't knock it down. So now LDLC Asvel can add on to their lead here. Wemby fumbles the ball, but he's going to make the layup. And now his team is 30 seconds away from forcing a Game 5 here, but Berlin knocked down the mid-range, and they have to foul. It's going to be Spagnuolo going to the line. I have no idea if he's a good free throw shooter, but he's going to make the first one, and to make it a 3-point game, his second free throw's good. Berlin have no timeouts here. They're going to need a 3. They get an open one, but they can't knock it down. And Wemby knocked down both free throws. Berlin are going to need a miracle here. They're going to pull a deep contested 3. They can't get it to fall, and LDLC Asvel are going to force a Game 5. And even though they were up 14 at the end of the first quarter, they're down 2 with 2 minutes to go. They're going to need a big stop here, and they foul right away. So now Berlin can extend their lead to 4 here. The first free throw bounces in, and Jameson's second free throw's up, and he knocks it down. We might need Wemby to carry here. Spagnuolo's going to throw it down low to him, and he gets a turnover. This has not been a good start from Wemby's team. Berlin get a 3, and they can't hit it. That is a big miss. Now we have Burke on the break, forcing up the layup, and he's going to make it a 2-point game. So now it's still anyone's game here. Wemby needs to lock in on defense, and their center's going to make a deep fade. So now Wemby and company need to score here. They run a pick and roll, and we're back to a 2-point game. And it looks like Berlin's going to go back down low to their center. The drop step, the layup, and Wemby's going to get the stop. So now we have Spagnuolo looking for Wemby in the paint. He throws it down low to him, and he ties it up. I don't know how that wasn't a turnover there. Now they need a stop with 30 seconds here. Of course, they're going to go back down low to their center, and this time Wemby can't get the stop. But now LDLC Asvel basically have a full shot clock to get a shot off here. Wemby's gonna drive. He's gonna pull the jumper. He misses it. Oh my gosh, I thought that went back in. And now they're gonna need a missed free throw here. The first one's gonna bounce in. And Simmons' second free throw's up. And it's gonna bounce off the rim, and they get the rebound. I thought Berlin was gonna grab the offensive rebound here. Now we have Burke pulling the deep three. He's gonna miss, and Wemby can't get the board. Oh, I thought that was a charging foul. So now to ice game 5 with 6 seconds left. Berlin knocked down their first free throw. And even though they missed the second free throw, there's no time left. Wemby's gonna get eliminated in the second round. And low-key, they might have lost because Wemby had 9 turnovers. And Partizan's not gonna make their 6th straight finals appearance, so we're gonna have a new winner, and it's gonna be Paris. Even though Wemby's 35, he's not dropping in overall yet. MVP and Defensive Player of the Year number 16 for Wemby. His team's the 2 seed. Hopefully they can make it past the second round. And now they're struggling to make it out of the first round. In game 4, they're going to beat Žalgiris to force a game 5. And in game 5, they're going to get first rounded and upset by the 7th seed. 43 from Wemby wasn't enough. And that's their first time getting eliminated in the first round. And now in the finals, Berlin are going to win. At the age of 36, Wemby's still a 99. And Wemby's going to win MVP and D-point number 17. A championship is all they need, but they're down to the 4 seed. They were just down 2-0 in the first round. And after forcing a game 5, they're going to make it out. Wemby put up 35, and I'm surprised they won because this guy, he only had 10 points. But he was the first pick a couple seasons ago, and he's been amazing. But now they have to go up against Real Madrid, who are the 1 seed. And after losing game 1, they're going to win 3 straight to move on to the semifinal. This Baskonia team's a 3 seed, so that kind of gives me hope here. And it looks like that hope was all for nothing. They get eliminated in the semifinal. Jeez, Wemby only put up 22. He shot 8 for 20. And now in the final, it's Barcelona versus Baskonia, and Barcelona are going to win. Still, nobody's gotten in Wemby's way yet. And his team's up to the 2 seed. But they're having trouble against the 7th seed. And for the second time in Wemby's career, he's going to lose in the first round. They only lost by 3, but they let Olympiacos shoot 63% from the field. And in the finals, it's going to be Barcelona against Baskonia. Again, this time Baskonia win. Wemby drops down to 24 points per game, but he still wins the MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. And they get a rematch of last year's playoffs. Hopefully they don't blow it this time. Okay, they're not going to blow it. They sweep their way to the second round. But now Wemby has to guard this other 99 overall. Through 2 games, we're tied up at 1. And in game 3, Wemby's team are going to take a 2-1 lead. They had a really good fourth quarter. And even though Wemby only put up 22, they're still going to win. Brewer's fallen off a little bit the past couple seasons, but he's still really good. They picked up this Webb guy in the offseason. He averaged 15 in the regular season. Then they got Evans Jr. in the offseason. He averaged 17. And now that they actually have depth, they can win with Harvey House dropping 33 points. But even with that being the case, the other team's going to force a game 5. Wemby only put up 14 points. He just needs one more ring to break the record. He needs to lock in. And in game 5, it's close. With a minute left, they're going to go up by 7. It's a 5-point game, and Wemby's team is going to win. I don't know what's up with Wemby. 18 points and 1 for 7 from 3. He's shooting 48% from 3 in the playoffs. Just this game, he shot terrible. And they won because Harvey House had a stinker putting up 11. But now in the semifinal, they have to play the defending champions. And with 2 minutes to go in the semifinal, Wemby's team is down by 1. He's going to take the step back mid-range for the lead, and he knocks it down. Now we have Jamison on the pick and roll. He's going to swing it to the corner. Gray drives into the paint for the layup, and he makes it to give them the lead back. Now we have Wemby on the drive, the snatch back. He's trying to get into the paint. He's getting clamped up, though. He's going to miss the layup. He gets his rebound, though. So now they're going to get another chance here. They run a pick and roll and shoot the 3, and it's off. So now we have Gray running a pick and roll. He can't get into the paint. He's kind of getting clamped up. He forces up a layup, and it's off. So now with less than a minute to go, Wemby's team can take the lead here, and that's exactly what they do. Baskonia have Wesley just pulling the 3, and he's going to miss. I don't know why he took that with no hesitation. Now we have Brewer finding Bledsoe to Wemby. Wemby's going to use the screen. It's not a very good one. He's still trying to make it into the paint, though, and he makes the layup to put them up 3. So Baskonia have 20 seconds to go here. Clark getting clamped up by Wemby, trying to make it into the paint. He's going to get fouled. So now he can bring it back to a 1-point game here. His first free throw is good, and his second one's good as well. But now they have to foul, so we have Evans Jr. going to the line. His first free throw is good, and to put his team up by 3, his second one's good. So Baskonia have no timeouts here. They're going to need a 3. They can't hit it, but they get the offensive rebound. They get a wide open 3, and they tie the game up. So with 6.3 seconds, Wemby's team needs to score here to move on to the finals. Wemby's getting clamped up, but he finds Bledsoe for the 3, and we're going into overtime. And in overtime, we have a 3-point game with less than a minute to go. And Wemby's going to throw it down low to Evans Jr., the wide open layup, and they go up 5. That is a huge shot. I don't know how he was left so open there. And now Gray gets an open layup to bring it back to a 3-point game. Evans Jr. is going to run a pick and roll with Wemby. Those was a terrible pass. I don't know how he recovered the ball there. But now we have Bell in the corner using the screen from Wemby. He gets into the paint. He finds Wemby. 2 seconds on the shot clock, and he's gonna miss the mid-range. And Baskonia aren't gonna use a timeout here on the fast break. They're gonna take a layup, and they're gonna miss it. Evans Jr. knocked down both free throws. Baskonia need a huge shot here. They could have had an open 3. I don't know if that guy can shoot 3s, though. Now we have Snow with the step back contested 3. He can't hit it. And Wemby's team is gonna move on to the finals. And in the finals, they have to go up against Barcelona, who won the championship 2 seasons ago. And their team actually looks really good. And unfortunately, Barcelona's gonna win, and that's gonna move Wemby's finals record to 7-3. Wemby's up to 20 MVPs and Defensive Player of the Years. And after being the 2 seed last season, his team is the 1 seed. They're gonna make it back to the semifinal, and they're going up against Baskonia again. And of course, we have a close one, because after being up 13 at halftime, they're only up 3 with 2 minutes to go. Evans Jr. is gonna use the screen from Wemby. He's looking for him in the paint. He's gonna find him. And now we have Wemby taking the post fade, and he can't hit it. Now we have Gray using the screen from their big man. He's gonna fake the mid-range. Their big has 5 seconds to go. He finds Wesley to Ferguson. 2 seconds on the shot clock. He forces up the layup, and he can't hit it. And now they're gonna go back down low to Wemby. He's gonna spin his way into the paint. What a nice move. Wesley's gonna find Clark. The 3 over Wemby, and it's in and out. And with Evans Jr. knocking down both free throws, Baskonia are gonna need another miracle here. Their 3's in and out again, and LDLC Asvel are going back to the finals. And in the finals, they're going up against Barcelona again. And in the 4th quarter, Wemby's team is blowing the game. They were just up 9 with 2 minutes left. All they have to do is hold on for another minute. Wemby's just, oh my gosh, I thought he recovered the ball, but he can't. So now they have Caffey on the fast break. He's gonna take the jumper. I don't know why he didn't take the layup. I am not complaining though. Now we have Wemby on the break. He gets an easy layup, and he puts his team up 5. Barcelona are running out of time. They're gonna need to score here. Caffey with the layup, and he's fouled. On the bright side, that wasn't an and one. He's gonna make his first free throw, and to cut the lead down to 3, his second free throw is good. Wemby with 30 seconds left. He's gonna use the screen. He's gonna pull the deep 3. I don't like that shot. So now Barcelona have a chance to tie the game up here. They're gonna take a contested 3. They get the offensive rebound. Now they get a wide open 3, and it's good to tie the game up. But now it all comes down to this last shot to win Wemby his 8th ring to break the record. Evans Jr. throws it down to Wemby. Did he get that shot off? I don't know, but he's gonna miss it anyway. And in overtime, Wemby's team is gonna come through, and he's gonna win his 8th championship, breaking the record. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe, and if you want to see me put Giannis in the EuroLeague, click the video on the screen right now.